Coyley, a good 2-1 win at Larkfield tonight. Tough old game, but how did you see the game unfold?
As we expected, really. We kind of knew it was going to be a little bit of a non-event in terms of a football match, with the wind and the conditions, the rain we've had recently. It was really scrappy, a little bit cagey in the first half, and I thought that they were the better side, if I'm honest with you. I thought that they beat us up in midfield, similar to Saturday in the first half. We were on top, scored a really good goal. I thought we was frustrated on the side, but I think it was a decent goal, to be honest with you. Great ball in, good run in the half space, great delivery, and obviously scored at the back post. And probably deserved maybe to be 1-0 up at half time. But it was a similar message to what I said when we played Whiteleaf in the final, was that I think they were going to tire. I think that we would kind of feel our way into the game. A lot more athleticism in our team, I think, than theirs. And I thought that for 35 minutes in the second half, we were on top. You know, we were the better side, without really troubling the goalkeeper. I thought Jaden, probably our best player tonight, got great balls in the box, but we were never really getting on first contacts. We've had probably 12 corners that in really good areas, good delivery, weren't on first contact or second, which was frustrating, because I think we've got to be more of a threat from set pieces. Nights like tonight where it's difficult to play. But ultimately, it didn't really matter what it looked like tonight. We needed to come here and get the 3 points or not lose the game. That was the main focus. And the boys have delivered an unbelievable performance in the second half. They really have. There's players, Macca's cleared 2 off the line. Dan's made a brilliant save at the end, as you would expect against a side that lost at home all season. Haven't conceded, I don't think, in a month. And for us to come here, get the win, score 2 goals, and really be resilient in our 18-yard box towards the back end of the game when there was a bit of an onslaught, as again you would expect. I'm really proud of the boys tonight. I thought that was a fantastic performance that, you know, just shows how much it means to everyone involved with the club tonight. It really does. And the league's not going to be won or lost tonight, but it's a huge statement if you look at where the stand is right now.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Coyley used the word resilient there, and to me that's what we've shown throughout the season. We've scored goals at really important times of the game. After going a goal down, it must be so pleasing for you guys to come away with the 3 points tonight at a place like this.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it in the lead up to the game. We've spoken about it previously. I think we've built a team over the course of the last 2 years that's come from behind. We scored late goals against Stansfield, which we reminded them at half time. We scored a late goal against Phoenix. We've come in at 0-0 on Saturday and come out second half and been really, really good. Same at Phoenix. The game's 90 minutes long. You can't be brilliant. I mean, if we get a complete performance at this level of football 10 times this year, I think we would have done well. So, and you have to give the opposition credit. We're playing against other teams. We're not playing out there on our own. And you have to give Phoenix credit a couple of weeks ago. You have to give Eastbourne credit. You've got to give these guys credit. But I think the group's shown resilience for a long period now, like I say, from the back end of last year in what was sort of 27, 28 games unbeaten to this season. And we've gone away to Dulwich and come back from behind and won. We've gone to Chichester away and won 1-0. We've beaten Hungerford at home. I think, like I say, I think we've shown that. And I think one of the things that we've got to remember tonight, no Dean Grant, no Jack Nelson. Malachi's just come back from being away. Jav took a knock in the first half, same as Ricardo. And we've lost Connor Wilkins to injury, which wasn't ideal in terms of the makeup of the squad. And I think we lack a player like that at the moment. We've spoken about it a number of times. And in games like today and Phoenix and Saturday, we're lacking that sort of Robbie Rees, Connor Wilkins type player. But we've got to be patient and make sure that we get the right player to come in and fit in that group, because it's a top group of boys. And they leave it all out there for us, for the club, for each other. And you can't ask any more than that as a management team. And again, the fans are brilliant and they play to that, the players. And the front two tonight have fed off scraps all night and then conjured up the winning goal. And that's why we try to leave them on the pitch as long as we can. And we must have had 20 conversations tonight. Do we do this? Do we do that? Do we do that? And that's where our experience comes in as well, in things that we've been through as a manager and a coach, and vice versa. That our experience hopefully can help and add and hopefully get us over the line in certain situations and certain games, because we've been through it before. So, like I said, I think both of us and the rest of the staff players is really proud on tonight. But as Jamie says, the points are no more valuable than Saturday against Glebe, and we've got to follow this up with another performance and another result on Saturday. The season's certainly not going to be determined by today, but it's a nice feel-good factor. Kent Cup quarter-final, next round of the Vars in January, and we're sitting top of the league in the middle of December, which is a far better start than we had last year, and we had a great season.
Yeah, 100%. And it was a great finish, I think, from Jav. That little bit of quality tonight in a scrappy game. And as Matt said about the travelling support, it must be so good to see those guys that come all the way up for the game tonight. Tremendous support.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking back this time last year when we had a really slow start. They have been constantly behind us the whole time we've been here, and you don't forget that. You know, when you have your dark times in management, we obviously had a really slow start last year. They've all constantly stayed behind the boys and ourselves as a management team. And it's nights like tonight you want to reward them. They're the ones that have stayed loyal and stuck with us. And I just, like I say, as a manager, you just look at the players that are throwing their bodies on the line, and you know, that's what you want when you manage a football team. That's the kind of recognition, and that's what you want to be associated with a team that do that. And it's for the club as well. You know, it's just the desire again and the work ethic. And you know, again, Matt said it. I think Jetchy and Splatty up there, they've got loads of really poor balls into them that they've had to try and turn into decent balls. And we know that if they can just get one moment, as Splatty did, that's the reason why I think that's his 15th goal of the season now, maybe 16. And that's the difference. You know, you've got that quality on the pitch that can just turn a draw into a win, and he's done that all season for us. So we said it wasn't about individuals tonight. That was a huge team performance that's got us over the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Before Saturday, Matt, we had Eastbourne in the Vars and a big game tonight. As you said earlier, you know, we've got them out of the way now. We've got to look forward to Glebe. That's another big game for us. We've got to keep nicking those 3 points and going forward.
Yeah, like I say, look, every game's just as important as each other. Like I say, we've put ourselves in a great position. But like I say, we've got to follow it up Saturday night. We've had them watched and we've done our due diligence on them. We'll come in Thursday and we'll start all over again. No different till we started. We came in early tonight and we've done a presentation in the change rooms with a projector on the wall, and it's not ideal, but that's what we've got to do because you can't start getting people in Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays. And so we've had a real good, like I say, we're doing everything we can, but the players following out what we're asking them. Like I say, I know he highlighted Jalen tonight. He's done a job for us in a certain role in the way we set the team up tonight. It was fantastic. But that might not mean that he plays on Saturday because it's a different game. Yeah. But we've got a squad. We get Jack back now. I don't know whether Grant will be ready, but we've got one or two to come back into the squad, which gives us that. But yeah, look, we'll literally start all over again. As of tomorrow morning, we'll enjoy tonight. Yeah. And then tomorrow morning we go back again and we just literally go back to, we got Saturday now. So, and we've got 4 games, I think, in a row on 3G. 3 at our ground, 2 at home and 1 away, and 1 at Glebe on a new 3G. So it will look a little bit different to tonight. But if we just keep doing what we're doing without the ball and we keep running and working like we are as a group, we'll be successful because we've got good players and they're matching everything that we do in terms of like Taylor and Dan and even Russ. And there's a lot of hard work that goes in that we sit on the front of the camera. But there's a lot of people that are doing a lot of work just from the football perspective, that are doing a lot of work which allows us to be good at our job, and they got to take some credit as well because they don't necessarily get mentioned all the time, but they're a big part of what we're doing, and like I say, we couldn't do our jobs without them, so it's important that we just keep moving forward, which we will do for Saturday. Yeah, congratulations boys to you and the management team, fantastic 3 points, well done.
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks a lot, cheers.